Welcome all. In today's class, we will start Module 3. Module 3 is all about BJT. BJT means bipolar junction transistor. So let's move on to the syllabus. So under Module 3, what all things that we have to study are fundamentals of BJT operation, amplification with BJT, BJT fabrication, the coupled diode model or Ebers-Moll model, switching operation of a transistor, cutoff, saturation, switching cycle, specification, then drift in the base region, base narrowing, avalanche, breakdown. So these are the topics that has to be considered. So here we are more dealing with the physical operation of BJT than the application part. Okay, so let's move on to the first topic, that is fundamental of BJT operation. So we know BJT is a three-terminal device: emitter, base, collector. So before moving on to the structure and details of BJT, first we will see why a BJT arrived or a need for BJT arrived. So we will see here. So considering a PN junction diode under reverse bias mode. So we have, so you can see the figure here, a PN junction diode under reverse bias. A PN junction under reverse bias is shown here. So reverse bias means P is connected to the negative terminal and N is connected to the positive terminal. So here the reverse saturation current depends on the rate at which minority carriers are generated. So under reverse bias of a PN junction, we studied the current that is flowing through the device is not depending upon the externally applied voltage, but it depends on the number of minority carriers generated either thermally or optically. So it is possible to increase the reverse saturation current value, increase the reverse current through the diode by increasing the rate of electron hole pair generated. So the steady state or equilibrium condition, photo excitation will cause the reverse current to increase, and that reverse current is independent of the bias voltage or applied voltage, and the reverse current is directly proportional to how many electron hole pairs are generated or optical generation rate. The current is merely depending upon the optical generation rate, not on the applied bias or voltage. So it is possible to inject minority carriers into the neighborhood of the junction electrically instead of optically. Thus, we can control the junction reverse current by varying the rate of minority carrier injection by a hypothetical Hall injection device. So what we are telling means, under reverse biased PN junction, the current is depending upon the generation of electron hole pair either thermally or optically. So if we have a Hall injection device, that means a minority carrier injection device that is operating electrically, then even if in the absence of light also, we can have a large amount of current flowing through the device under reverse bias. So you can see here the first figure is with the optical generation under reverse bias. Second one is the characteristics which we have studied, and the third one is a hypothetical device where we have a PN junction under reverse bias condition, and we have an extra device known as Hall injector which will inject minority charge carriers. So here in the PN region, if we are injecting holes to the N region, which are the minority charge carriers, so here we have the reverse bias, N is connected to positive, P is connected to negative. So these holes will be swept towards the P region by the electric field in the depletion region, and thereby constituting a current in N to P direction. Okay, so this Hall injector, what will be this Hall injector? That has to be discussed now. So we can inject holes at a predetermined rate into the N side of the junction. The effect of the junction current will resemble the effect of optical generation. So if we can inject holes in a particular rate to the N side of the junction, then that effect will be similar to optical effect, because with a photon, heating of photon, a minority charge carriers will be generated, right? The same way we can inject holes to the N region. So the reverse current in the reverse bias junction would vary very little if the load resistance RL is changed. So such arrangement in the device is a good approximation to be a controlled constant current source. So like that, if a Hall injector is present, then we can have a constant current source, or a controllable constant current source can be produced with that type of device. So the schematic representation of a PNP device. So now we can tell. So see here, consider this one. Here we have this much part is our PN junction. P and N region. PN junction under reverse bias means P is connected to negative terminal and N is connected to positive terminal. So this is our PN junction. So if we have a device, a forward biased PN junction, if we have a forward biased PN junction, under forward biased PN junction, what will happen? Holes in the P region will move from P to N, and electrons in the N region will move from N to P. So we have a PN junction here, where under forward bias, holes in the P region will move towards N. So what we have told that time, it was going to happen here, that is this PN junction will act as a Hall injector. Holes will be moving from this P region to this N region. So this particular arrangement will act as a Hall injector, and these holes which are injected from this P region to the N will reach this P. So these holes are injected here. You can see holes are injected here, and here holes are collected. So the terminal, this both N region is there. One is forward biased PN junction, N region is there. Here already one reversed biased PN junction is there. So this N, if we are keeping common in both, if we are keeping N common, then the device arises is nothing but a PNP transistor. A PNP transistor. First PN under forward bias and the another PN junction under reverse bias. So schematic representation of a PNP device and IV characteristics of reverse biased PNP junction. Then the current flow will be like this. IV chara will be like this. Okay, that much details we will see later. So see here, the Hall injection device, what we are considering is a forward biased P plus N junction. P plus means heavily doped P region. Okay, P plus means heavily doped P region. So the injection device is a forward biased P plus N junction, and current in the junction is primarily by the holes injected from the P plus region to the N material. Okay, the N side of the forward bias junction is made same as the N side of the reverse bias junction. Thus the structure arises P plus NP structure. In this configuration, the injection of holes from P plus N junction into the center N region supplies the minority carrier holes to participate in reverse current through the NP junction. It is important that the injected holes do not recombine in the N region before they diffuse to the depletion layer of the reverse bias junction. So we have a structure now like this. We have a structure like this, P plus N and P. So the last line what we have told is the holes will be supplied from the P plus to this N region, and that should be swept towards this P region. So it should be, care should be taken such that the holes that is supplied by this P plus region to the N should not combine with the electrons in the N region. Before, it should not combine, recombination shouldn't take place. These holes has to reach the other P region in order to form the current. Okay, so thus the N region, for that what and all things has to be done? The N region should be made narrow compared with the Hall diffusion length. So the PNP structure, this N region has to be made very narrow such that here recombination shouldn't takes place. So it should be very narrow compared with the Hall diffusion length. Comparing to Hall diffusion length LP, this width of this region, if it is we are considering as WP, WB, that should be very less than LP, Hall diffusion length. Then the forward bias junction which injects holes into the center N region is called emitter. One which inject or one which emit holes, they are known as emitter. Emits charge carriers are known as emitter. So the first one is emitter, and where it is getting collected is known as collector. so emitter junction, and the reverse biased junction which collects the injected Hall is called the collector junction. So this is the emitter junction and this is the collector junction. The P plus region which serves as the source of injected holes is called emitter, and the P into which the holes are swept by the reverse bias junction is called the collector. This is junction, right? So the terminal which serves or emit charge carriers are known as emitter, and where it gets collected is known as collector. The center region is known as base. So a PNP structure, if you are considering one which PNP or NPN, whatever we are considering, one which emit electron or one which emit charge carriers are known as emitter, where it is getting collected is known as collector, and the middle region is known as base. So we have seen one figure, right, previously. This figure here, base is common, you can see here to the first junction and the second junction, the base is common, so it is known as common base configuration. Here base is common to the input and output, so it is known as common base configuration. So figure 1 shows the common base configuration since base electrode B is common to emitter and collector circuit. For a good PNP transistor, almost all of the holes injected by the emitter into the base should be collected. Thus the N-type base region should be narrow and the hole lifetime topi should be long. So things that has to be considered is width of the base region should be very much less than the diffusion, hole diffusion length LP, and the topi, mean lifetime of hole, that means the time taken for a hole before recombination, right, that should be very high. So before recombination it should reach, so the time should be more. Topi should be long. So where WB is the length of the neutral N material of the base and LP is the diffusion length for holes in the base, and its equation for LP is nothing but LP is equal to root of dP, diffusion coefficient, into topi. LP is equal to root of dP topi. So an average hole injected at the emitter junction will diffuse to the depletion region of the collector junction without recombination in the base. So the hole injected in the emitter junction should reach the base junction without recombination. The current IE crossing the emitter junction should be composed almost entirely of hole injected into the base rather than electrons crossing from base to emitter. So if you are considering the PNP structure, if you are considering the PNP structure, this is P and thin N region and a P region. This is a PNP transistor, emitter, base and collector. This is collector, emitter and base. So what it is telling, the holes in the P region should move towards this base region, right, and it should reaches the collector. It should reaches the collector without much recombination. So the current IE means emitter current IE is due to the movement of holes from the P region to the N region. Movement of holes from P to N will constitute the emitter current IE. Similarly, there will be small amount of electrons from the N region moving towards the P region. That proportion should be very less. That means what they are telling is the current IE crossing the emitter junction should be composed almost entirely of the hole injected into the base rather than the electrons crossing from the base. So for that what we have to do, the concentration of doping that we are doing at the emitter should be very high and at the base should be low. So this requirement is satisfied by doping the base region lightly compared with the emitter. So the emitter is highly or heavily doped than the base. So hole concentration will be more and electron concentration will be less. So the emitter current will be mostly comprised of the hole movement rather than the electron movement from the N to P. So you can see in this structure clearly what and all are the different current components associated with a BJT. So the figure shows the P plus N and P region. So IE, so the current due to the movement of holes from the P to the collector or the base region is the emitter current IE, and the current that is due to the collection of holes from the emitter to the collector is the collector current IC. So you can see here the various currents are marked. First one, IE is being marked here, IE, emitter current IE, and collector current IC. So this P, so holes will move from P to N, so the current movement is in this direction. Here collector is also P type material, so current is due to the hole movement, that is also in this direction. So IC also this direction. And base current is, base is made up of N type material, so here electrons will be moving, so opposite to that current movement will be shown. So see here there are various components have been marked, current components have been marked. So you can see here, first one, the bigger one, Hall flow from the emitter, it will reaches the base, right? Then it has to be swept towards the P region. So this is the main component, okay, main component, that is marked with 2. And here some of the holes will combine with the electrons present in the N. Some of the holes will combine with the electrons present in the N, and here we have marked component 1. So what is 1? Injected holes cause to combination in the recombination in the base. So some of the holes injected from the P plus or the emitter will recombine with the electrons in the base region. That is the first parameter. Injected holes lost, not caused, lost to recombination in the base. And what is the second component? Holes reaching the reverse biased collector junction. The holes from the emitter reaches the reverse biased collector junction. That is the second parameter. Now you can see 3. What is parameter 3? There will be certain thermally, this is the reverse bias junction, right? This is our reverse bias junction, reverse bias PN junction. So there will be certain thermally generated electrons and holes making up the reverse saturation current at the collector junction. A normal PN junction or NP junction, if you are considering under reverse bias, there will be some of the electron hole production due to due to temperature changes. So these thermally generated electrons and holes movement has been shown by these 3 thermally generated electrons and holes making up reverse current of the collector junction. Okay, next fourth component is this one. What is fourth component? The electron supplied by the base contact for recombination with holes. So here in the base we have N-type material. Base, it is N-type material. So these, from this emitter, holes will be moving to the base. So here electrons are present in this N-type material. That electron is supplied by the external circuit. There will be movement, right? PN junction is forward biased. So here P is positive, N is connected to negative. So due to that, electron supplied by the base contact for recombination with the hole. That is this fourth parameter. And next one, fifth parameter. What is fifth parameter? Electrons injected across the forward biased emitter junction. Here this electron, some of the electrons in this region will be injecting towards the P-type material, right? So electron injected across the forward biased emitter junction, that is the fifth component. So that has been marked here, 5 components. So go through this one individually. And here one more thing has been marked, IEP. IEP is due to the emitter current due to holes and emitter current due to electrons. So due to the hole movement we have emitter current here, and due to electron movement also there will be some amount of emitter current. So that is IEN. So hole will be moving in this direction, opposite to that current will flow, that is IEN, and this is IEP. So actually IC is nothing but these two combination, IEP plus IEN and the base effect. So the current IE flows into the emitter of a biased PNP transistor, and IC flows out of the collector, since the direction of holes flow from emitter to collector. So as I told, holes will move from emitter to collector. Holes will move from emitter to collector. So in the same direction we can mark the current IE and IC. So IE is into the device and IC is out of the device, from that flows out of the collector. The base current is very small since its hole current and the collected hole current IC is almost equal to IE. So the base is slightly doped, so the concentration of electrons in the base is very less, so therefore base current IB is very small, so we can write IE is almost equal to IC, or IC is almost equal to IE, as base current is very negligible. IB is determined by three dominant mechanisms. So the base current, speaking about base current, three dominant mechanisms are the first one, there must be some recombination of injected holes with electrons in the base with WP less than LP. The electron lost to recombination must be resupplied through the base contact. So we have our PNP transistor here. So here holes will move from P to N and electrons will move from N to P, and due to this recombination will takes place. So here there is a loss of electron. So that electron will be supplied from the external circuit. So due to that movement of electron, one portion of base current will happen. So the electron lost to recombination must be resupplied through the base contact. So due to the movement of that charge carrier, one portion of IB current will happen. So same electrons will be injected. Some electrons will be injected from N to P in the forward biased emitter junction, though emitter is heavily doped compared to base. These electrons must be supplied by IB. So some of the electrons will be injected from N to P in the forward biased emitter junction. So here some of the electrons will be emitted like this. So some of the electrons will be injected from N to P in the forward biased emitter junction though emitter is heavily doped. Even though emitter is heavily doped, some of the electrons will go like this, and compared to base, these electrons must be supplied by IB. Okay, this is second portion. The third one, some electrons are swept into the base at the reverse biased collector junction due to some electrons are swept into the base at the reverse biased collector junction due to thermal generation in the collector. This small current reduces IB by supplying electrons to the base. This small amount of current will reduces IB by supplying electrons to the base. So these three components we are speaking here are this one, another one here recombination, and third one this one. So these two will be increasing IB and this one will be decreasing IB. These three are the IB current. So sources of base current are recombination in the base, injection into the emitter region. Both of these effect can be reduced by device design. So the base current has to be reduced, then only we can write the collector current is almost equal to base current IE. So for a PNP transistor, the three current directions are reversed. For an NPN transistor, these three current direction will be reversed since electrons flow from emitter to collector and holes must be supplied to the base. So for an NPN transistor, only difference is this is NPN. So the direction of current will be different, will be opposite like this. Direction of current are reversed, and since electrons flow from emitter to collector, here electrons will be flowing from emitter to collector, and holes must be supplied to the base. Hole must be supplied to the base. So only difference is that one, that you just go through the NPN transistor working. So same thing, the BJT is a most popular semiconductor device, and it is three-terminal device, emitter, base and collector. There are two junctions, that is one is emitter junction and another one is collector junction, and it is used as a amplifier and switch. Most common application of BJT is it is used as a amplifier and switch. So basically there are two configuration for a BJT, that is PNP type and NPN type. So physical arrangement, they differs in the physical arrangement of the p-type and n-type semiconductor material. The BJT current regulating is the current regulating device that control the amount of current flowing through them in proportion to amount of biasing voltage applied to the base terminals, acting like a current control switch. And both the working are similar except the biasing and polarity of power supply. So the remaining things are same things. design consideration and the current factors considering this current. So emitter current IE is equal to IEP plus IEN. So go through the notes and understand the video. Thank you.